Good morning, friends. I'm Chris from Worthington Home. We're in Woodbury, Connecticut right now. There's an estate sale that looks incredibly interesting. First, I'm getting coffee, and then let's go check out the sale. I just got here. I'm parked a little distance away, but not too terrible. Here's the house. I already see the signs. This is the best part of going to an estate sale, is that moment of anticipation. What's going to be inside? Let's find out together. These plates are really beautiful. 8 for $20 is not a bad price. Spode's jewel, they are gorgeous, but I'm gonna have to be careful because I don't have that much cash on me today. I forgot to go to the ATM. Let me get a better look at these plates. These are really pretty. Who made them? They were made in England, John Haddock and Sons. Very pretty. These are great chairs, and I love that turkey. Let me see, these chairs are $200 for 4, and this turkey is adorable, and he's $4. This guy is a definite possibility. There's some interesting pieces on this table, including these metal candlesticks for $40. They have such a great look. And there's some nice baskets here. Here's a better look at the kitchen. There's some teacups and saucers here in the corner. I wonder if there's anything in particular that I should consider. These were made in England. And there's some flatware here. And, oh, this mug is really interesting. Let me check out this mug. It's got clipper ships on it. Battle of Trafalgar. Interesting. $4 on this. These plates are pretty with the ivy. $50 for the set. It's a lot of pieces. Now I'm in another room. There's some pretty bowls. I really like this hutch. It's not iris proof, but it is great. And there's some pretty furniture here. Some lamps. This one is really nice. I like the shade especially. Now I'm looking on a bed that has some different little textiles and rugs and things on it. There's lots of interesting pieces. This child's sweater was handmade. What skill that person had. Here's a little nativity set. These are interesting. And still just looking around. We have a dresser here. Some faux fruit. That's so funny. This barn picture is really nice. $35. It's a watercolor. And this goldfinch artwork is very pretty. And what's interesting above it, some skinny dipping. And we have some duck decoys and a great big jug. Some of these interesting birds and some pewter. There's such a great assortment of things in this room. There's lots and lots of glassware. I'm wondering if this was part of a collection or if this was something that the person was digging up somewhere. I always want to know the backstory of some of the items I see at estate sales. Here is a really nice fireplace and some things on the mantle. Nice wooden shelves here and a blanket chest. There's even more bottles. Wow, this person was hardcore about it. I wish I knew more about bottles. I know somebody who is an absolute expert on the topic, but I am far, far from that. It is interesting to see so many in one place. And I wish I had more background knowledge to go on here. I really just don't know what's valuable or resellable. So I'm just going to enjoy looking. I think that's good enough for now. This is an interesting hunting scene. It's $40, but do you see all the foxing on that? No pun intended. Foxing is that discoloration, that sort of freckled effect on the paper. You've got some paperweights and some old tiles. I really like these yellow ones. Now I'm headed downstairs. These stairs are massively steep. They did a good job marking the edges with the pink tape. I wish Eric were here. He would know what all of these different tools are for. I know some of them, of course. I'm not that far gone, but some of these are a bit of a mystery to me. So I'm not going to spend too much time down here, just taking a quick little peruse. Well, that was a really fun sale, and I think I have some time maybe to go to one or two more stores while I'm out here, so I'm going to do some quick Googling. I'm headed out. I figured let's stay in Woodbury for a little while longer. It's such a beautiful town. This drive is very pretty as well. I'm going to try a place I've heard about but never been to called the Red Barn because it's really not far from here. I parked my car in a plaza and now I'm approaching the Red Barn from the back. Doesn't look open. Nope, it's closed for the season. That's a bummer. It looks like a great place. I'll be back in the spring when it opens up. And so one more store. I'm at Adorn. I heard good things about this place, so let's check it out. This is a beautiful store and it seems to be in a very old building, and actually it smells amazing. It smells kind of like freshly waxed furniture. I love that smell. This is one of a pair of lamps. They're gorgeous. They're pottery lamps. $300 for the pair. They certainly are lovely. Let me show you the other one so you know what we're looking at here. Beautiful. There's a lot of textiles here. Lots of pretty patterns and colors. I love leafing through them. This is a gorgeous toll tray. Has a wonderful pattern and design on it. This is $150. It will not be coming home with me. Look at that, Scarlett O'Hara all dressed up in the velvet draperies. I think she called those potiers, if I remember correctly. These are so unusual, these like swan figures. Look at the beautiful painting in this. Oh my goodness, $250. Wow, that's a lot of money, but certainly I've never seen them before. Let's see the back. This is a lovely blanket. This is a Cantha quilt. $40 for this. This is an interesting picture book. This looks definitely Victorian, as evidenced by Queen Victoria on the cover. I wonder what it's like inside. Let's see if we can take a peek. If I can do this with one hand, that's always the trick. Wow, that is beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at the drawings in here. Wow, these are so detailed and interesting. What a beautiful book. The binding is very loose though. $35 for this book. I like this plate. I want to get a better look at this if I can safely get it out of its container. This looks like a pheasant. And it was made by Pottery Barn. So they want $36 for 3 of them. There's 6 plates altogether. I want to show you this mantle. It's hard for me to move back enough to really show it to you, but it looks so old and it's very beautiful. I love this color green. This is really just such a charming building. I have no words to describe it. Now we're going upstairs and we're going to see what they have on the second floor. And I see some interesting frames. Wow, look at this beautiful mirror. Oh my gosh, that is a beauty. There's so many different things up here. Let's see, I see George Washington. That is fascinating. Oh my goodness. What is the price on this? $700. Well, it is very unique. And now I'm looking in one of the rooms up here. There's not a lot of space on the second floor, but you can see they're using every square inch to their advantage. And I'm trying my best to just kind of give you a panning shot so you get a sense of this store. This is a beautiful oil painting. I love the frame especially. Look at the detail in this fabulous frame. Oh my gosh. $500. This is a French landscape painting. It really is beautiful. I love the sky as well. Nice piece. Okay, now I have to head home because I have work to do, but that was a really fun morning. I can't wait to show you what I found. We just brought this ginormous box in from the sidewalk, and actually there were a couple of these big boxes, but we're just gonna start with the one. So this is our new modular sofa from Spode. I am so excited to get into this box and see what we're working with here. And I'll tell you more about it as soon as we get this all set up. Fortunately, Eric is here to do most of the thinking because this is not my forte. Of course, Eric's biggest concern is we save as much of this packaging as we can because this will come in handy for our eBay shipments. So we're trying to cut this carefully and we're stacking it in the corner and we'll reuse every single piece of this. And here's our first little glimpse at the new sofa. It's coming together. I'm going to show you this cushion so you can get a better look at the fabric. And here it is. I want to thank Spode for sponsoring this video. They reached out and offered me a Spode Power Reclining Modular Sofa, XM-S4. I did some research on it, and this is what I discovered. The sofa offers oversized comfort because each seat cushion is 34.6 inches wide. That means more space for a relaxed sitting posture, as well as more room for my furry friends to join me when I'm reading or watching TV. You know they love to be included. Spode also offers two options for easy care fabrics, both easy to maintain and removable for cleaning. So of course I went with the pet-friendly fabric because it's durable and resistant to scratches, which is essential for me. But there's also an option for stain-resistant fabric, resistant to water and oil stains, perfect for everyday use and families with kids. I really appreciate that I can remove the fabric for cleaning because Licorice loves to lie on the sofa and sometimes has muddy paws. So this allows me to have a lighter color fabric that looks nice in the room because I don't have to worry about keeping it clean. I can pop it into the laundry when I need to. The upholstery is very soft. It's a durable chenille fabric that provides a cloud-like sitting experience, and the cushions have a nice supportive feel. Eric is a big fan of the power reclining feature. There's a button tucked inside the sofa that provides electric adjustments to customize the angle of the backrest and footrest for ultimate comfort. I also want to point out that Spode has flexible modular design, so users can arrange the sofa to fit their living space easily, and you can rearrange your room if you feel like it. We didn't need this for our space, but it also provides space savings because the sofa only requires 2.75 inches of clearance from the wall, so that makes it ideal for small spaces and compact rooms. Ready to turn your living room into a cuddle paradise? I've got a discount code for you. Use my code YTBXMS4. I'll also link it in the description box and save big. Don't miss out. I am so excited to show you my thrifted finds from the estate sale in Woodbury, Connecticut. And it's funny because I almost didn't go at all. I was not in the mood to get up in the dark and to go out in the cold and the snow to an estate sale where I may or may not find anything I like, where I might wait in line for a long time before I even get in the house. I just didn't know what to expect. And Woodbury is a little bit of a drive for me. It's not an impossible drive, but it's a little bit of a drive. And in the moment on that Friday morning, especially because Eric had to go to work, so he couldn't come with me, I just wasn't feeling it. So I went back to sleep. And then about an hour later, I got up and I thought, I have to see what's there. I have to go check it out. I just couldn't not check it out. Plus, a Friday without an estate sale is like peanut butter without the jelly. It just doesn't seem right somehow. So I went in the car, and I went there. And I'm so glad that I did, because ultimately I found a few good things. Now, definitely, I'm sure it was better if I had gotten there a good hour or two earlier, but I had made my peace with that. So I wasn't too worried about it. And I was very much in this frame of mind where, like, if I find something great and if I don't, it was a beautiful drive. I listened to Spotify on my way there. I was enjoying my podcast. All was good. But I did find things, and I'm going to show you, I think, what is my favorite thing first. I hope you're ready for it, because this really is an elegant, important antique, and probably it belongs in the Smithsonian. Instead, I have it. It is this fabulous turkey. All right, so maybe not a fabulous antique. Maybe the Smithsonian doesn't want it, but it's so funny. Oh my gosh, there's the back. This guy, look at his face. He's got little movable eyeballs. Do you see them? And the little bow tie. Oh my gosh, this just cracked me up, and I just had to have it. So this is going to become part of my permanent Thanksgiving decor. Obviously, his name is Tom, because hello, Tom the turkey. And he cost me all of $4. So handsome, unique, affordable, bow tie. This dude has it all going on. I love him. I also really liked this mug. This guy is really good looking. So you can see we've got all the clipper ships. You're getting a little bit of glare. And this must be the captain or something. This was $4. So this is the Battle of Trafalgar, victory breaking the French line. This was made by Wedgwood. So I should know who this dude is. I'm gonna have to look it up because now I'm embarrassed. Here is the back of this piece so you can see it. So who doesn't love a little bit of Wedgwood, right? I would really like to keep this, but I don't need another mug. So I'm gonna think about it. This is really, really good. And for $4, I thought for sure this was a yes. I splurged a bit on this next piece. I think I spent $25 on this. And I couldn't really get a comp rate no matter how hard I tried. And I think it's because it's on the old side. Oh my goodness. So you're gonna have to tell me if you think this was a good decision or not. But I could not let this beautiful blue and white bowl pass me by. It's nice and big. It matches my little poncho thing. Who knew that was gonna happen? It is a beauty. So again, I wanna show you the inside. It is fabulous. It's like a castle scene. I love all the flowers. Blue and white is so classic. So the back stamp says Copeland, England. So I think Copeland is Spode. There's like a missing, well, not a missing, but there's a part here that yes, this would have been Spode. I can't quite read it, but I'm pretty sure. Let me see if you can read it. So they reproduce these, and I even have a reproduction of something very similar. Actually, I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on a second. So again, here's a better look at the bowl I just bought, and I think this is a nice old guy. And now here's a look at a reproduction Spode bowl. Now this one had belonged to my mother, and it is one of my prized possessions. And for that reason, it lives very high up on a shelf in an effort to keep it safe. And I love this, but you can really see the difference between the reproduction and an older piece. This color is just so much more saturated. It just has a much nicer look. Look at the difference between them. Quite a difference. I know the image is not exactly the same. And then let's look at the back. So here is the back of the old one. So Copeland Spode. And I couldn't even quite see that, like I said, when I picked this up. And then here is the new one. So you can see very, very different. Obviously, an old one isn't going to say microwave safe and dishwasher safe. And it doesn't. It also has some other things that are like impressed. Really interesting. Beautiful bowl. This feels like such a massive topic, but we must take a moment to talk about Spode, a name linked with fine ceramics for over 2 centuries. It all started in 1776 when Josiah Spode purchased a factory in Stoke-on-Trent, England, with the goal of producing high-quality ceramic wares. In its early years, Spode created creamware, pearlware, and stoneware styles, also made famous by Wedgwood. But the real game changer came in 1784 when Spode revolutionized ceramic production with underglaze blue transfer printing, also known as hot press printing. Before this, transfer designs were applied over the glaze, but underglazing created a richer, more durable finish. Here's how it worked in a nutshell. A flexible paper transferred designs from engraved copper plates onto biscuit earthenware, followed by a special glaze that brought out the color. Rich cobalt blue became the signature hue. Then Spode employed expert engravers, including Thomas Minton, who later started his own pottery. The most famous result? The Blue Italian range, still in production today. Spode is also credited with introducing the first printed willow patterns, now iconic in the world of China, as well as many others. But Spode wasn't done innovating. Around 1790, he perfected the formula for bone china, something competitors had struggled with for years. Spode's discovery laid the foundation for all modern English bone china. When Josiah Spode passed away in 1797, his son, Josiah Spode II, took over alongside William Copeland. The business thrived, even earning the title of Potter to the Prince of Wales in 1806. Throughout the 19th century, Spode remained a powerhouse in ceramics. After several ownership changes, it landed in the hands of William Taylor Copeland, who balanced running the company with a political career as an MP and Lord Mayor of London. Spode flourished throughout the Victorian era, introducing an astonishing 35,000 new patterns between 1833 and 1900 alone. Their signature transferware expanded into a rainbow of colors. And after World War I, Spode dominated the tea set market with beautiful, affordable designs. Figurines were another success, crafted from both antique and modern molds. The Copeland family continued to operate Spode until 1966, when it became part of the Carborundum Group before merging with Worcester Royal Porcelain in 1976. But as technology advanced, traditional techniques gave way to computerized designs, cutting costs, but also reducing skilled jobs. By 2007, most production had moved to Asia, and in 2008, after 230 years, the original Spode works closed. Today, Spode lives on under the Portmeirion Group, still creating some of its classic designs with the same craftsmanship and quality, although not the same techniques. And honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to dive deeper into Spode's incredible history, check out the Spode Museum website. I'll link it in my video description. There's also a range of fantastic reference books that cover it all in much greater detail. With all of this in mind, I tried to date the age of my bowl, and it turns out that it's really hard to do. I now know it's called Spode Tower, and it was probably made between 1891 and 1970 when the company was known as W.T. Copeland and Sons. My best guess, and I'm not placing any bets here, is that my bowl was either made in 1901, 1910, or 1930, all depending on how you decipher the impressed stamp. The numbers look different depending on the angle. Or it's some other date altogether because it's a mystery to me. Do you think you know the age of my piece? If so, please leave me a comment. Let's solve this mystery together. So anyway, this was the purchase, and I am not saying that I shouldn't have bought it because I don't think it's beautiful. I think it is beautiful. I just couldn't, like I said, get a sense of what is its value on the market. I wasn't really sure. Of course, I could always keep it, and then I don't have to worry about that question. But I try really hard to be a reseller and not a hoarder. Nobody likes a hoarder, so I try to get rid of some of this stuff and move it on along. We'll see how I do with that bowl. It's a good one. The next thing I picked up I thought was also really pretty. I should probably wash this. This is the sweet little vase. It was $10. I love when estate sales have price tags, so thank you, estate sale manager, for taking what I'm sure was an endless amount of time to price everything. I can appreciate that's not a small task. But I thought this was lovely. So this is H&G, made in Bavaria, Germany. Here is the back stamp. I don't often pick up pieces made in Germany just because I don't know a lot about them. It's not my usual thing, but I thought this was really a gorgeous vase. I was able to find some comparable prices on eBay, so I do think that this one will make me a little profit. Not $1 million, but enough of a profit so that I can say, good job, reseller. That's enough for me. I also picked up this postcard for $2. I have this weird thing about Thanksgiving Day scenes lately. It's a very strange thing to be attached to, but I do really like that. So here is an old postcard that was addressed to Alice from a Mrs. Henry something from Woodbury, Connecticut. This is really interesting. So this is, I think this is from 1909, if I'm reading this correctly. The stamp was 1 penny. Looks like it was sent on November 22nd. So, nice little Thanksgiving keepsake. And I am gonna treasure this. I might even find a little frame for this. So I found a stack of textiles for pretty good prices for the most part. This one I think is the most I paid. This one was $8 because it is hand embroidered. And look at the beautiful job somebody did on this one. Look at the swirls on this. This is a beauty. And I didn't see any stains. No, I didn't see any. I am notoriously bad about that. I can't even tell you, but I really do look and I really do try. This would be fabulous for like a small end table. And this could also be great like if you have a card table. This is a perfect size for a card table. I love a card table. I think we have like 5 of them in the barn. But this could also just be really pretty. I love to layer things like this on top of a full-size tablecloth. So if I had a really pretty base tablecloth that was a full size, I would put something like this right on top as an accent. And it's a really beautiful, unique vintage look. So this could be gorgeous in a lot of places for a lot of reasons. And I'm hoping that somebody loves it as much as I do. I thought the colors were beautiful as well. Definitely a little blue theme happening today between the bowl and the tablecloth and my little thing that I don't know what it is. So let's stay with that blue theme, shall we? And look at this gorgeous tablecloth. Look at this elegant pattern. This is a beauty. So this isn't super old. It might qualify as vintage. I'm not even sure. This was made by Waverly. Waverly makes lovely things. I've had a lot of Waverly pieces, fabrics, curtains, all kinds of things. And although this was made in China, like I said, not that old, I think the pattern on this is stunning. This would be a beautiful tablecloth. My last find at this estate sale was this fabulous green tablecloth. So this, I'm showing it to you backwards. So this has a great look. These were very popular back in the day. I have 3 of these in blue. And when I grew up, we had one in red that we used all the time for all kinds of things. This one is green, and for that reason, I thought it might look really nice in my booth space. So I'm tempted to take it there. I might try it on eBay first and see how it does on eBay because it is really nice. I paid, what did I pay? $5 for this one. $5 to $6 is my favorite price for this sort of thing. There's one side. Let me show you the other side. That's a good price, I find, for resale purposes. So I was excited to find this. It's not very large, but it's a great little textile. And I do love vintage textiles. So I think our next move is to go to the kitchen table to see these tablecloths spread out and looking their best. So let's check it out. Here is the green tablecloth. So you can see it's not very big. This is another one that would probably fit a card table really well. This could also be a great picnic blanket or a nice layering piece over another beautiful tablecloth. Maybe a white one or another green one would be nice. But this guy's a beauty and it's in really nice condition. So it's fun to get a really good look at it. Here it is flipped over on the other side. I'm not sure what side is strictly correct or if it's supposed to be reversible. I don't really know. Either way though, I think it's a beauty. So here is the blue Waverly tablecloth. I think this is really gorgeous. I love the way this looks. This would be very striking in the right space. My kitchen is not the right space, but at least you can get a sense of how it would look. I think it's really lovely. As I said, I think Waverly has some gorgeous patterns, and I have had a lot of Waverly curtains from back in the day. And so this is a really nice one. I think they also made pretty lampshades, if memory serves. I don't know if they're still in business or not. It's a question I can't answer, but I think this was a nice find. I just popped this small embroidered piece over the Waverly tablecloth so we could get a better look at it. And of course it needs to be ironed. I'm not doing that right now. I just want to show you the entire pattern of this. And you can also see it's a pretty small piece of fabric, but I think the embroidery on it is gorgeous. I can't believe how much time it must have taken somebody to do all of this. Could not have been 5 minutes, that's for sure. I think it's really lovely, and I hope it finds a person who loves it. We shall see. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this thrifting video, and I hope you liked my haul. It was so worth it to go in the end. I'm so glad that I did. I didn't get a million things, but I think the things I bought were interesting and unique, and that's the main thing. So if you like this video, please take a minute and hit like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.